What's going on, guys? Mike here. We're back with another video. Now we're going to take it back to the basics of MIG welding. We're going to do our do's and our don'ts here today. I'm going to show you how to make sure you have the right dry rolls, how to make sure your wire speed's correct, and what happens when it's not correct. Now let's get to it. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to check out our machine before we start welding. Make sure you turn your wire feeder off, turn your machine off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our drive rolls are the correct size for our MIG wire. We're using 035 MIG wire, so to check that, what we're going to do is we'll open up the side to expose the dry rolls. We're going to take the tensioner off. We're going to lift it up to remove the drive roll. We're going to make sure it says 035 for the MIG wire. Make sure all of them are all matching and correct. When they are, go ahead and place it back on there. Make sure it's locked into place. See how this one's not locked? You gotta always check it. Make sure they're locked in place. See that? Lock them in place. Tensioner down. Turn on your machine. Now we're ready to weld. Now let's get to it. Good. I wasn't ready for that, Gert. Alright guys, so we're going to get into the video now. Now I'm going to show you what's going to happen whenever you don't have the right amperage or voltage. And I'm going to show you what happens when you have the wrong wire speed as well. And I also want to give a shout out to Outlaw Leather for hooking me up with the new weld tube hood. Courtesy to them. Now let's break this baby in. Let's get some welding done. Alright guys, so this right here is going to be an example of what low voltage but the correct wire speed is going to look like and going to sound like as well. Because with MIG, you can tell by the sound as well. So let's get to it. Now, do you see how it's real splattery? Doesn't want to move and it's not really getting good connection. Now that, guys, is because my voltage is too low, okay? Now we're going to turn the voltage up too high and turn the wire speed down to show you correct voltage but not enough wire speed. So on that first one, I was at 15 volts and about 210 wire speed. So my wire speed was correct, but my volts was incorrect. Now I put my volts at 19 volts, which is correct. And I put my wire speed about 125, 130. Now let me show you what happens when it's too hot with not enough wire behind it. You see how it balls up and it doesn't want to stay connected and smooth? How it's real splattery? You don't want to hear that when you're welding. That's what happens whenever you have wrong wire speed and wrong voltage and correct wire speed and incorrect voltage. All right. Now I'm going to show you what happens whenever you don't have the correct gas coverage. So we are using 75-25, 75% argon, 25% carbon dioxide gas. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn down the gas a little bit and go from there. All right, guys. So I'm on the correct voltage and correct wire speed, which is going to be 19 volts and about 220 on the wire speed. Now this is with no gas behind the MIG at all. I turned the gas completely off. So let's see what it looks like and what it's going to do. So that was correct wire speed and voltage, but as y'all can see, all it does is cause a lot of porosity. It's real smoky and very unclear and very nasty sounding. But you see how at the end it's kind of like cratered in, has a lot of wormholes from the porosity. See how nasty it left the plate in the background as well? How dirty it made it? It's because there was no gas behind the wire. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the gas up a little bit and show you what not enough coverage is, but the gas is on. Alright, so I have the correct wire speed and voltage now, but less gas coverage. The first one was completely off. So I'm at 19 volts, about 220 wire speed now, and my CFH is going to be about 15, okay? Let's see what it does. Alright guys, so you see how the bead started off real nice, but when it realized that there was not enough of gas coverage, it started creating this little pool of porosity right here. That's because there's not enough of gas coming out of the nozzle to cover the puddle. Now, enough with the don'ts and how not to weld. Now Now let's get to laying a nice pretty bead down, and at the end I'm gonna show you how to stack dimes with MIG. Let's get to it. Alright guys, that's enough of the don'ts of MIG welding. Then let's get into the do's. How to lay a proper bead on a 2F T-joint. Now, the motion I'm gonna be using is I'm gonna use a TIG wire. By the way, MIG and TIG wire is the same thing. It is ER70S6, except the diameter is a little bit different. That's all it is. So with this MIG welding on this fillet weld, the motion I'm going to be using to lay a nice flat bead to conjoin these two metals is a simple, I'm going to start at the top, come out to the bottom, and I'm going to roll it around. Roll it around like a clockwise circle, like that. Just so I know that I'm hitting the bottom, the top, bottom, top, okay? Now I'm at 19 volts, I'm at 220 wire speed, and my CFH is going to be around 35, okay? Now let's get to some welding. Alright guys, like I said, I'm going to do a clockwise circle. You hear that nice little buzz noise it has? Then my puddles are actually following me. Good gas coverage. Nice little buzz. Just touching both walls, coming out, back into the puddle. Alright guys, so like I said, with good voltage, good wire speed, and good gas coverage, you're able to lay down a nice, clean, flat bead connecting both walls so the metals can join together. See how we got nice and clean? You got a little silicone there because remember, it is kind of like TIG wire. It is ER70S6, so it's going to have a little silicone left behind. Now let's wire weld it up and see what it looks like. Alright guys, well there you have it. A nice smooth bead touching both walls, nice and uniform, at the correct voltage, correct gas coverage, and correct wire speed. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to try to stack some dimes now. We're on the same settings, but what we're going to do is like when we use with our 60-10 rod, you can whip out of the puddle and back into it to the leading edge, or you can do the triangle motion like you would do it in a hot pass in order to lay it down flat. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Alright guys, so we went ahead and stacked some dimes. As you can see, each little feather is at the leading edge of the one in front of it. All stacked up, all the way down. Alright guys, if this was helpful, feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I hope you have a good one. Thank y'all.